Hello everyone, my topic is impact of geotechnical factors on strata behavior in longwall panels. So these are the contents. First we will introduce the topic and then we will learn some basic terms related to the topic which we are gonna use in this presentation. So what we are gonna do is we are gonna look at a case study of Godavari Valley coalfield and discuss the impact of face width and cover depth on the longwall roof, and finally we will conclude the topic. So introduction. As we know, mechanical longwall mining in India is about 40 years old since its first introduction at Munidi Colliery in 1978. In spite of these 40 years of longwall mining, most of Indian coal operators are not fascinated in adopting the longwall mining more extensively. This is due to various problems in production delays or production failures, or many problems at the longwall face. The worst case scenario is structural damage to the power roof supports. So in this topic we are gonna look at the roof control problems that have been experienced in Indian longwalls due to the presence of massive weights in near seam overburden and the lack of a fully mechanical pre-science about the occurrence of roof falls and load imparted on the power roof supports during these roof falls, which depends on the face width and the depth of the panel. So to understand these terms, we have to know how the roof pressure acts in a longwall panel. So to understand these terms, what we are gonna do is we are gonna divide the longwall operations into two phases. The first phase is of development of the gate roads, and the second phase is the extraction of the longwall panel. So main roof wetting occurs in the first phase and periodic roof wetting occurs in the second phase. So what is main roof wetting? So main roof wetting is the distance from the setup entry to the point when the main roof first begins to break, or it can be defined as this is the distance from the setup entry where the immediate roof does not cave right after support advance, and it caves with a large area caving along with the main roof. So during such interval, the maximum roof pressure measured at the face area is called the first wetting, and the distance from setup entry to the first wetting is defined as the first wetting interval. So this is mainly we can see mainly in strong roof. Main roof wetting is have a considerable value. In unstable immediate roof, there is no first wetting because roof caves immediately following the support advance. So coming to periodic roof wetting. So periodic roof wetting occurs in the second phase. So it occurs right after the first wetting and extends up to the completion of the mining of the panel. So during this period, the roof pressure at the face area increases and decreases cyclically due to the breakage of immediate roof or main roof, due to the cyclical breakage of immediate roof or main roof or both. As we know, strong strata in the immediate and main roof tend to cantilever over the gov area, wetting the supports periodically. This phenomenon is called as periodic roof wetting. The maximum roof pressure occurring in each period is the periodic roof wetting pressure, and the distance between two consecutive roof wetting is called periodic roof wetting interval. The severity of main and periodic wetting depends very much on mining and geological conditions. When the immediate roof is weak or thick, the main or and periodic roof wetting may not show significant difference. But in general, main roof wetting pressure are larger than the periodic roof wetting pressure. So the instruments that are used for strata monitoring at the Longueuil phase was hydraulic pressure gauges. Hydraulic pressure gauges for each powered roof support, from which main and periodic roof wetting intervals were identified. So these pressure data are used to identify the main and periodic roof wetting with a software called V-Shield. So in this table we can see the details of the geomining condition and the specification of powered roof supports. As you can see in GDK 10A, the working depth is 154 to 359 meter, and in Adriel Longueuil project it is 255 meter. It is the working depth at it is 360 to 450 meter, and the gate roadway dimensions are also high compared to GDK 10A. And these are the specifications of powered roof support. And as you can see as we can see from the lithology of the site, so this is the coal seam that is been mined, and you can see the immediate roof consists mostly of coal and clay material, and the main roof consists of grey sandstone, also known as SS80 sandstone. So the immediate roof thickness is about 3 meter, and the main roof thickness is around 20 meter. So this is the properties of rock beds overlying the coal seam number 1. So I can see this is the immediate roof, shale and coal. The caving index is 1520. However, the main roof caving index is 5942. But also its elastic modulus is higher compared to the immediate roof, and its compressive strength is also higher. And this is the borehole data on the Longueuil panels showing the immediate roof, main roof, and overburden thickness. 9 strike Longueuil panels has been studied of about same cover depth. As we can see, the main roof wetting interval decreases with increase in face width up to 154 meter, and then becomes constant regardless of the face width. So this is the critical dimension, that is 154 meter. So then periodic roof wetting interval. As you can see, in order to evaluate the impact of face width on periodic roof wetting interval, the ratio of average periodic roof wetting interval to main roof thickness is calculated and plotted against the face width as shown in figure. So as I can see, this ratio decreases with increase in face width. So then impact of cover depth. With increase in depth, there is a significant increase in vertical pressure on the pillars. So the influence of depth is very significant in supercritical panels, whereas far less critical in subcritical panels. So in strike panels, we know depth alone has not given any consistent trends for main roof wetting interval and periodic roof wetting intervals. So what we are gonna use is panel width to depth ratio has been used in an attempt to quantify main roof wetting intervals and periodic wetting interval. So main roof wetting interval, as we know, main roof wetting interval decreases with width to depth ratio, and periodic roof wetting intervals in strike panels. So the periodic wetting intervals in strike panels are average to corresponding panel width to depth ratio, and we can see it decreases with an increasing width to depth ratio. So this is here we can see the periodic wetting interval decreases with increase in width to depth ratio. So in deep rise panels, what happens is periodic wetting interval increases with a decreasing cover depth, as you can see here in figure. The periodic wetting interval is increasing with the increase in with the decrease in, here as we can see the periodic interval is increasing with the decrease in depth. So this is because the magnitude of vertical stress increases with depth, thereby causing a more frequent failure. So finally, conclusion. So as we know, panel width, cover depth and the thickness of the main roof above the longual face play a significant role in the overburden wetting and its direct impact on the longual face, and therefore needs to be considered when selecting powered roof supports. So the main and periodic roof wetting intervals depend on geotechnical properties of the main roof. Therefore, it is crucial to identify and determine the geotechnical properties of the main roof immediately above the longwall working section. So the application of this knowledge should enable a better insight into the understanding of progressive failure of massive roof strata and the direct impact of face width and cover depth on main and periodic wetting intervals. So these are the references you can check for further information. And finally, thank you.